Hey everybody, welcome again to Don Mammelser Photography. Today I'm going to talk about Sony's 1.4X Teleconverter, and I'm going to give you my honest review of this device. I've had lots of experience with teleconverters in the past, and they normally degraded the image quality and they definitely slowed down the autofocus. So I was a little hesitant to get this one, but I heard some good things about it, and so I thought I'd give it a try. It comes in this nice zippered pouch, so when you're not using it, it's nice and protected in your camera bag. And then of course when you go to use it, you take it out, you take off the end caps, and you snap it on your lens and your camera. It goes in between the two. And I normally pair it with a Sony A9 camera body and Sony's 200-600 f5.6 to 6.3 lens. And when I do that combination, I get 840 millimeters of power at the maximum length. Now, when I find a subject or when I know about a subject that's very far away and very difficult to photograph, then I will normally pair it with my A6600 camera body. And when I use the 1.4X plus the same lens, then I'm getting 1260 millimeters of power. That's a lot of power and a lot of atmosphere to shoot through. So let's see some examples of how both of these combinations worked. The 840 millimeters of power with the Sony A9 II and the 1260 millimeters of power with the A6600 camera body. Let's start out with some examples of the A9 II camera body along with the 200-600 lens and the 1.4. And these are some waterfowl examples, just some slow action birds sitting on the water. Here's a couple of shovelers and a goose. And here's a bufflehead duck and a couple of mergansers. This is fairly easy stuff because the birds aren't moving very fast. Here's a lesser scaup. Again, these are not high action stuff, even when they flap their wings and do their wing stretching. But you can see the kind of sharpness that you can get off this 1.4X with the 200-600 lens. All right, let's get into some higher action stuff. We'll do some flight photography here. First, we'll start off with a seagull. These are very easy, of course, because they're common and they're very easy to get close to. And then a Canada goose up in the air. So you can see I can get some nice sharpness out of this 1.4X teleconverter along with the 200-600. And let's move on to a little bit of a faster flying species. Here's a mallard duck coming into land. And then here's a goldeneye also in the air. Here's some cormorants collecting nesting material, and they were flying fairly quickly, and so it's a good test to see if that 1.4X can keep up, and it did very well. All right, let's switch up now, and we're going to look at the combination where I had 1260 millimeters of power. That's with the Sony A6600, the 200-600 lens, and the 1.4. One of the hardest species to get close to is a kingfisher. And that was really a good test for this combination. Here's the shot of the bird sitting in the tree just before he dove in to get the fish. And then I did manage to get him sitting up on the post after he caught a fish. And this is even zoomed in a little bit in post-processing, but you can see that it still maintains fairly decent quality of that kingfisher where he had caught a fish. So all in all, I give the Sony 1.4X Teleconverter a grade of A-. I find that it does slow down the autofocus just ever so slightly, and it also takes away from some of the sharpness in certain situations. Now, when I'm very close to the subject, like I was with the baby geese, there's no degrading of the quality at all. It's absolutely spot on, sharp as can be. But when you zoom out there and the species is further away, like with the grebes, with the fish and things like that, then I found that the focus just had a little bit of trouble getting that perfect sharpness. So again, I give it an A-. the Sony 1.4, I don't hesitate to use it, but if I can get closer to the species that I'm trying to photograph, I will just go for the native combination of the camera body plus the 200 to 600 lens. I think it's a quality product, and I hope you have good luck with yours if you choose to get one. As always, I appreciate you watching my videos. Please subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll see you soon.